Yo, new day, no dawn, new episode. We have a new reaction. Today we're gonna be reacting to a channel named, I think it's a Japanese woman. She's named her channel Japanese Muslim. Title: Why Islamic Marriage Looks Like a Nightmare to a Japanese Woman. Let's see.
So, today I want to talk about marriage. And if you read the title of this video, you already know I'm going to say something that sounds, well, a little bit controversial. When Japanese women look at Islam and they see the traditional Islamic marriage, I mean, honestly, guys, it looks like an absolute nightmare to us. It looks like a trap. But to understand why it looks like a nightmare and the shocking truth I found when I actually read the Quran, you have to understand what is happening to men and women in Japan right now. Because, you know, my country is literally dying. We are not getting married and we are not having kids. You see, growing up in Japan, as a girl, you see what happens to your mother and your aunts and your older co-workers. In modern Japan, women are expected to work full-time careers. But when we get married, society still expects us to do exactly what our grandmothers did. You work a 10-hour shift at the office, you commute home on a packed train, and then you are expected to cook the perfect meal, clean the house, and raise the kids basically by yourself. Why? Because your husband is a salaryman. He's working 14 hours a day, drinking with his boss until midnight. He is like a ghost in his own house. So, for a modern Japanese woman, marriage doesn't mean finding a partner. It means getting a second unpaid full-time job. It means becoming a servant.
Also, they can't actually, because it's so expensive, they can't be a stay-home mother to her children. She has to work and raise the kids.
To young Japanese men right now. It's called Soshokukei Danshi. Herbivore men, these are millions of young men who have just given up. They look at the crushing pressure of the corporate world, the pressure of having to be the sole financial provider in a dying economy, and they just say, I can't do it. So they retreat into anime, video games, virtual girlfriends, because real relationships demand a level of sacrifice and leadership that society has completely burned out of them. So we have women who refuse to be servants and men who are terrified of being leaders. It is a complete gender war and nobody is winning. So imagine you are a Japanese woman running away from this exhausting culture of serving men. And then you look at Islam and it's normal. And what does the Western media tell you about Islamic
just
marriage?
Call it expensive.
They say
it's
in Islam,
mad,
the man
expensive.
is the head of the house. The woman has to obey him. It's traditional. It's patriarchal. I mean, guys, can you see why that sounds like a horror movie to us? To a Japanese woman, hearing the man is in charge translates to, I'm going to be a slave. It sounds like you are taking the worst parts of Japanese culture and making it a religious law. When I first started looking into Islam, I was terrified of this. I thought, I am an independent woman. I will never submit to a man like that. But then, you know, I actually did the research. I stopped listening to the media and I opened the... I'm sorry for taking a little bit of your time, but I want to kindly ask for your support. As a Japanese Muslima, I spend most of my days making these videos and sharing my journey with you, but I barely earn anything from YouTube, so every donation really helps me to continue this work. I've set up a page on Buy Me a Coffee where you can support me directly. From there, you can also send me messages, talk to me, and inshallah, I plan to make special events for members in the future. Your support means so much not only for me, but as a a continuous charity that can benefit many others who watch these videos. So if you can support
Inshallah,
me from there.
with
Now let's continue with the
we're
video.
gonna prevail.
Quran. I read the hadith. I looked at how the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, actually treated his wives, and my entire world turned upside down because I realized that what Islam calls traditional marriage is the exact opposite of the toxic tradition I was in. Let's talk about money first. I mean, in Japan, everything is going 50-50 now, but in Islam, a man is religiously obligated to provide for his wife her food, her clothes, her housing. It is his duty. What the money the wife earns, that is 100% hers. She doesn't have to spend a single penny on the house if she doesn't want to. I mean, What? When I read that, I was in shock. Islam guarantees financial security for the woman without forcing her to be a corporate slave. And what about being a servant at? When Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, was asked what the Prophet used to do at home, do you know what she said? Did she say he sat on the couch and demanded tea? She said he was always in the service of his family. He patched his own clothes. He repaired his own shoes. The greatest man to ever walk the earth helped with the chores. And this brings me to the concept of the man being the head of the house. The Islamic word is kawam. The media translates this as dictator. But in Arabic, it means a protector, a maintainer, someone who stands up to bear the burden. Islam doesn't tell the man he...
All this freaking misunderstanding about Islam is due to Western media. And obviously we know who the little hats behind the Western media.
burden. Islam doesn't tell the man he is a boss who gets to oppress his wife. Islam tells the man, you are responsible before Allah for her physical, emotional, and spiritual safety. You are her shield. I mean, Japanese women are exhausted because they are forced to be the shield, the sword, and the servant all at the same time. We don't hate men. We are just tired of men who don't step up. Islam creates men who are commanded by God to step up, and it creates an environment where a woman feels safe enough to soften, to nurture, and to be a partner, not an employee. So yeah, guys, the traditional marriage that the West portrays, that is a nightmare. But the real Islamic marriage, built on mawadda wa rahmah, love and mercy, that is not a prison, that is a sanctuary. It is exactly what my dying country is desperately begging for, even if they don't know its name. Jazakallahu khairan for staying with me through this long talk, guys. I know it's a deep topic, but I really wanted to share this perspective with you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. How is marriage viewed in your culture?
It's not long enough. We want the tea. It is viewed exactly as you've said, but not the real Islamic marriage. What the Western, actually even Arabs or Muslims, whatever, these days are following the Western values, unfortunately. But that's what it is, you know what I mean? Eventually, you are what you give to the universe. You receive what you give. It was a quick video. I wanted more. It was a entertaining subject, but anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna do a reaction back to another reaction. Hold on. So I've decided to do back to back reactions on the same channel because I've just discovered this channel, and she actually has some really entertaining topics, even though they're basically like 5 minute, 6 minute videos, but entertaining. This video titled "Eid in Japan" is nothing like you think. Let me tell you something. I did Eid back home in a Islamic country, and I did Eid in Europe. It is nothing like home, okay? When everyone around you is celebrating the same thing, that's nothing like it. Even here in Europe, when I'm like, sometimes we go gather in one of my aunt's houses and we celebrate there and everything, you know what I mean? It's better. It's way more better than just me alone, you know what I mean? Elsewhere, working, whatever, you know what I mean? It's I miss that. I really miss that. Anyways, so that's why I'm saying I know for sure for a fact she might not actually be enjoying the real Eid. You know what I mean?
Eid Mubarak, everybody. It is officially Eid al-Fitr.
Yeah,
In
1
my
month ago.
DMs, my comments,
This past Eid.
everything has been blowing up with the exact same question from you guys. Yumi, what on earth is Eid actually like in Japan? Like, do people know? How do you celebrate? What do you eat? I mean, it makes sense, right? When you think of Japan, you think of sushi, anime, cherry blossoms. You definitely do not
Matter
think
of fact,
of
I
millions
wanna
of people
try
shouting
Eid in
Allahu Akbar in the
another
streets.
in the
So
Middle
today,
East,
since I finally have the day
or
off,
like
I wanted to take you
Palestine,
behind the scenes. I'm going to show you,
or
honestly, what
Jordani,
it's like to celebrate the biggest Islamic holiday in a
Saudi
country where
Arabia.
99.9% of the people have no idea what it is. Okay, so let's start with the morning. If you live in a Muslim country or even a city in the West with a big Muslim community, you know the feeling. You wake up, you put on your best clothes, you step outside, and the air is just buzzing. You see families walking, you smell the food, you hear the takbirat echoing from the mosques. It's electric, you know.
Yeah, it's not really
guys,
echoing
in Tokyo,
here
you
in
wake
Europe,
up,
you know
you
what I
put
mean?
on your beautiful Eid
They
clothes,
control
you
the
step
volume.
outside into a completely
Anyway.
normal, fast-paced, silent Japanese morning. People are rushing to catch the train in their
This is what
gray
I hate.
suits. The convenience
When I'm
stores are playing the same
celebrating,
little
everybody
jingles.
must
The kids are going to
freaking
school.
celebrate.
I mean, the contrast is actually kind of funny. You're walking down the street feeling this massive bursting joy in your heart, whispering Allahu Akbar, and the guy next to you is just stressing about his 9 a.m. meeting and drinking canned coffee. It feels like you're walking around with a giant, glowing, beautiful secret that nobody else can see. And you know,
So freaking true.
I have to be honest, for years that invisible feeling used to break my heart because before, when I was working a strict corporate job, I didn't have Eid off. Japan doesn't have public holidays for Islamic festivals, obviously. I remember waking up, rushing to a local tiny mosque or a rented community hall for the 7 a.m. Eid prayer. It would be packed with brothers and sisters from Indonesia, Pakistan, Africa, all of us squeezing in. We would pray, hug each other really tight, say Eid Mubarak, and then we would immediately run to the train station to go to work. I would sit at my desk looking at spreadsheets while my family back home in my faith, the global ummah, was feasting and celebrating. I mean, guys, I used to cry in the bathroom stall. I felt so isolated. I felt like I was being punished for being a Muslim in Japan. But alhamdulillah, things are different now.
It's
I
so
have more
true.
freedom with my time. And this year, I really got to experience the magic of what Eid in Japan actually is. Because when you don't have a massive established community and when your own biological family isn't Muslim, who do you celebrate with? You celebrate with strangers. Today, after the prayer at Tokyo Jami, which is the most breathtaking, stunning mosque, and guys, it was like
looks
the
beautiful.
United Nations in there. I mean, there were aunties from Malaysia offering me sweets I couldn't even pronounce. There were sisters from Turkey giving out little gifts. There were converts like me, Japanese men and women, standing together. None of us shared the same blood. We didn't even share the same native language. We were communicating in this broken mix of English, Japanese, and Arabic. But the love, pure, intense love in that room, wallahi, it was stronger than any family gathering I have ever been to. And of course, everyone asks, Yumi, what do you eat? Well, since I am Japanese, my Eid feast is a little different. We don't have a tradition of biryani or baklava here. So today I went home and made myself a massive, fully halal Japanese feast. I mean, I made halal wagyu sukiyaki, which is incredible. I made some beautiful fresh sushi. And for dessert, some matcha mochi. It's a beautiful mix, you know, taking the culture I was born into, the flavors of my childhood, and elevating them to be pleasing to Allah. It's proof that Islam doesn't erase who you are. It just purifies you. So, to answer your question, what is Eid like in Japan? It is quiet. It is small. It is invisible to the millions of people walking past you on the streets.
I
But
don't like that.
guys, that invisibility, it makes it so incredibly special when you have to fight for your joy, when you have to carve out a little piece of celebration I'm sorry for taking a little bit of your time, but I want to kindly ask for your support. As a Japanese Muslima, I spend most of my days making these
That is
videos and
actually
sharing my journey with you.
sad
But I
to
barely earn anything from YouTube, so every donation really
the
helps
only
me
the
to
only
continue
the
this
only
work. I've set
time
up a page on Buy
that
Me
I
a
feel
Coffee
that
where
I'm
you can
away
support
from
me
home
directly. From there, you can
is
also send
when
me
actually
messages,
it's
talk
Eid.
to me, and
Not even
inshallah, I
Ramadan,
plan to
but
make
Eid.
special events for members in the future. Your
Even
support means
even
so
when
much, not only for
there
me, but
is
as a
a
sadaqah jariyah, a continuous charity that can benefit
majority
many others who
Muslim
watch these videos. So
community
if you can support me from there. Now let's continue with
where
the video.
I
In a
was, where I
society
am,
that doesn't understand it,
still,
that
it's nothing
joy
like home.
becomes profound. It becomes
Or
intimate.
being
It's
in
just
a
you,
Islamic
a
country.
beautiful mix of strangers who became your family, and Allah. I used to wish I lived in a Muslim country for Eid. But now I wouldn't trade this quiet, secret, beautiful Japanese Eid for anything in the world. تقبل الله منا ومنكم. May Allah accept from us and from you. Let me know in the comments what you ate for Eid today. I want to read all about it. Jazakallahu khairan for watching, guys. Assalamu alaikum.
It was the shittiest one for me in Europe. Anyway.